Today, I'm going to show you how to make the best Starbucks egg bites at home. Now, when I go to Starbucks, I love ordering these. These are so good, so delicious, and they're a little healthy too. But now we can make them at home with this simple recipe. Hi, my name is Christina. I'm with eatingonadime.com. You can get the full link to this recipe in the description below. Make sure you watch to the end because at the end we are going to talk about how to make these in batch so you can have an easy breakfast in minutes, just like Starbucks does. You guys are going to love these fun tips and tricks. All right, first, make sure you preheat that oven. I've already preheated it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, get out your favorite muffin tin. This recipe makes about 12 egg bites, so this one's gonna work perfectly. We wanna spray it heavily with a non-stick cooking spray. Make sure they're well coated so that the egg bites pop out easily once they're cooked. Then get out your favorite blender and we're gonna blend up this eggs with some cottage cheese. Now, the first time I heard this, I thought it was really weird and I've never heard of such a thing, but this is the secret that makes these so good. So do not skip this step. You need 6 large eggs right into your blender. You do wanna blend them together just to help with the texture issues. The cottage cheese adds a lot of delicious protein to these egg bites and it gives it a delicious cheese flavor without like adding extra fat or greasiness. So that's why we use the cottage cheese. All 6 eggs right into the blender. If you have a smaller blender, you may have to do this step in batches. Once all the eggs have been added, go ahead and add your cottage cheese. We are using about a cup of cottage cheese. And then add your salt and pepper. It just needs a little bit to really bring out the flavors. So we're doing 1/4 teaspoon of each. Make sure to get that lid on the blender. Made that mistake before. And go ahead and blend until all the ingredients are combined. Now the eggs are gonna get frothy, but don't worry, that's normal. Once it's all thoroughly combined, go ahead and pour it into a mixing bowl. You don't want to add in your shredded cheese because you still want it to give that good texture in the egg bites, so we're gonna do that in a mixing bowl. I love using this mixing bowl with a little pour spout on the end just because it makes it easier to put in the muffin tin, but of course use whatever you have at home. Next, we're gonna add in some shredded cheese. Now, we love using Gruyere cheese. Hopefully I said that right. It adds so much flavor and you do wanna hand shred it just because it melts and it makes the texture so much better in these egg bites. Now, if you do not have this cheese available in your area, I think mozzarella would work great as well as a good substitution. It's not going to add as much of that flavor that you get in the Starbucks egg bites, but I think it'll work and still be delicious. We are going to need about a cup of this cheese into our egg mixture, and you want to measure it after it's already shredded. Once it's shredded, we are just going to go ahead and stir it into our egg mixture, our egg and cottage cheese mixture. Now, I love this cheese, so I highly recommend sneaking a couple of bites. Just gently stir it in until it's evenly distributed. That looks perfect. Once you've added your cheese, go ahead and pour it into the muffin tin. You want it about 2/3 of the way full because these eggs will rise as they bake. So you want to leave some space for that. This is why I love the bowl with the little spout, because it makes this step so easy. Now we are going to add the bacon. We use 4 strips of cooked bacon. I like my bacon pretty crispy, so I cook it crispy, but you just cook it how you prefer it. We are using traditional bacon for this recipe because that's what Starbucks does. If you prefer turkey, by all means use turkey bacon. That's the best thing about making these copycat recipes at home, is that you can easily make them perfect for your likes and your family. We just want to chop it up into bite-sized pieces, because these are going to be in the egg bites, so you don't want like a huge piece and it'll tear apart your egg bite when you're eating it. Make sure you use the back end of the knife. It cuts them quick and easy with that weight and pressure from your hand. Perfect. Once you have that bacon ready, you just want to sprinkle a little bit onto each egg bite. We do it this way instead of mixing it into the mixture, because we just found that the eggs kind of sink to the bottom of the bowl. So this way we're making sure that each egg bite has some delicious bacon in it. Then get a back of a spoon and just gently press them in, because you want it covered in the egg mixture. It just cooks better. If the bacon's exposed, it might get burnt and a little too crispy in the oven. So you could do this with the shredded cheese too, if you would like. If you're worried that your cheese is all going to sink to the bottom, you can sprinkle it on top and just press it down into the egg mixture with the spoon. It's completely up to you. I find that the shredded cheese mix a little bit more evenly, whereas the bacon's a little heavier and it definitely just goes right to the bottom every single time for me. Now they're ready to bake. You just want to bake them for about 20 to 25 minutes until the eggs are fully set and just slightly fluffy. I just want to show you what it looks like when the eggs start to poof up. They do look like they're coming out of the tin, but it's okay, that's normal. They will settle as they cool once they're finished cooking. These are almost done, and they just need a couple more minutes for the eggs to fully set in these bites. Once they've finished cooking and they're nice and set, the trick is to let them set at room temperature for about 5 to 10 minutes, and they're going to shrink back down into the pan. As you can tell, they're not as puffy as they were when they were baking. Then just get a spoon. I like to get like a big serving spoon and just put it on the outside edge of a bite. And if you greased it well enough, it should just pop right out. Perfect, just like that. And that's it. They're ready to enjoy. Now, of course, you can eat them now. They're warm, perfect, and delicious. But what I like to do is I make these on the weekend. They will store for up to 5 days in the refrigerator. So you can just easily heat a few up for a quick breakfast on the go. The serving size in our recipe is for 2 of these egg bites. So when you're looking at all the nutritional information, just remember that. Also, you can freeze these. You can make a bunch. I like to do what we call flash freezing, which is where you lay them on a baking sheet, place them in the freezer for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then you can move them to a freezer bag. When you defrost them, we recommend that you let them defrost overnight in the refrigerator, and then you can just heat up in your microwave. So you can do a fun cooking day and make tons of egg bites that you can enjoy all month long. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now you can make your own egg bites at home and save some money next time you go to Starbucks for your favorite coffee beverage. Do not forget, the link to the full recipe is in the description below. You're going to find all of our tips, tricks, nutritional information, all of the things. So make sure that you check that out. Also, guys, we have linked all the tools that we've used in this video below. So if you're in the market for new muffin tins, all of that, you can find that information here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in my sister's kitchen, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends.